I just woke up. He found a gold chain tied to his left hand, and at the other end of the chain was tied to my arch-rival. She is also my childhood sweetheart, Angie Chow. I didn't hesitate for a moment. He pulled the woman up with one hand. Zhou Yaji, are you crazy? Why are you locking me up? Your brain is caught in the door. Zhou Yaji showed no desire to sleep. His expression showed no surprise at all. He only slightly curled his red lips. She looked at me with a smile. I immediately raised my left wrist. What's going on? Hurry up and untie it for me. Zhou Yaji's emotions instantly became somewhat agitated. You want to go find Lu Yanyan again, don't you? Don't even think about it. Don't want to see him again in your life. I scratched my head and asked her, who is this Lu? What's going on? Why should I go to him? Now it was Zhou Yaji's turn to pause, but this brief pause lasted only 1 second. She immediately recalled all my past actions. I saw she didn't answer. He started observing his surroundings first. In front of me was a spacious room. The decor is obviously very expensive. This place isn't cheap. What do you want? You wanted to hit my head with a vase again. Or do you want to take it again? I didn't listen to him. He quickly scanned the surroundings. Where is this, your home? But I remember your family doesn't look like this. And how am I here? How could I be here? Why would I be tied to you? Why sleep in the same bed? What have you done to me? You don't know where it is. The house he secretly bought behind my back, hiding and hiding away, not showing me. What do you mean? Suddenly I saw something strange. Here it comes. The male lead starts pretending to have amnesia again to fool the villain's wife. I feel sorry for me, President Zhou, for a second. How long can it last this time? I bet it won't last more than a day. The second female lead must have already seen through it. By the way, did Lu Yanyan log in today? No negative reviews. What's so good about the female lead? Can you take a look at our poor daughter and wife? The female lead's villainous wife. I know each one. Yet they all make my spine run cold. This sense of absurdity. I crossed over. No, I'm the woman sitting across from me. This is my hair. That Zhou Yaji, who had never gotten along with me since childhood. You don't remember Lu Yanyan. Then what do you remember? I didn't answer his question. I'm married. You are my wife. How could that be possible, Chun Chinzhou? If you want to get a divorce, it's absolutely impossible. I won't let you be with Lu Yanyan. Even if I die. Don't even think about being with Lu Yanyan. I'm not 20 yet. How could I get married? Definitely a false testimony. This marriage is illegal. How old are you this year? 19 years old. Zhou Yaji's pupils contracted slightly. A sudden jolt struck his heart. After a moment, he regained his composure. I'm too lazy to waste time with you. Don't act. How many times have you pretended to have lost your memory? You're not bored. I even complained that you were wasting time. Don't go looking for Lu Yanyan anymore. He doesn't really love you. I didn't lose my memory. I finished running the 800-meter race at the sports meet. And then he took first place. I twisted my ankle while flirting with you. But the current situation. I think I don't really remember. The more Zhou Yaji listened, the more uneasy her expression became. His eyes locked onto me tightly. Chun met Lu Yanyan not long after that. If Aiken really has amnesia, it was normal to say he didn't know Lu Yanyan earlier. This year he is not 19. You're 26 this year. We've been married for 4 years. In the 4th year. A full 4 years. I don't believe I'm only 19 years old. And how could I marry you? You used to say that even if all the men in the world died, you don't like me. I'll trust you for now. If I find out you're lying to me again, next time it won't be a chain to lock you up. I looked at the chain. Curious, Zhou Yaji asked, is this chain made of real gold or alloy? It's really just 18K pure gold. Low hardness. And that's still alloy. It makes me happy for nothing. Zhou Yaji's voice softened a little. Tell me what you want to buy. I'll buy it for you. You have changed your nature. I used to get some pocket money from you. It wasn't easy. Saying your money belongs to your partner. Now she's quite generous. You're my partner now. How could I marry you? Is it that you're not in the right state? Or am I in the wrong state? You won't lie to me. Zhou Yaji took the marriage certificate from the bedside and tossed it to me. It really has a steel stamp. Look at the date on this. We got married the year we graduated at 22. Morning light streamed through the huge floor-to-ceiling windows. Zhou Yaji sat in the dining room. Her gaze swept over me faintly. Wang Ma said politely, "The son-in-law has prepared breakfast." I stared at the table. Breakfast's eyes lit up. Zhou Yaji observed me calmly. I called out toward the kitchen while eating. "Aunt Wang, your cooking skills are amazing. As long as the son-in-law likes it, that's enough." As I spoke, I popped another pan-fried bun into my mouth. Well, Aiken looked so happy. How long has it been since I last saw it? If Chun was just trying to lower my guard. To leave again, I went to find Lu Yanyan. I'll give Aiken a chance. I will wait. Observation and judgment. If Chun wants to lure me, that specially made golden cage in the basement. There has always been a shortage of items to move in. I didn't mind letting Aiken move in again. Zhou Yaji, how come I don't remember? Your family used to be so rich. This villa isn't cheap, is it? Did you earn it? How much money have you made over the years? The old Chun never cared about my assets. Not caring about anything about me. Aiken was only thinking about Lu Yanyan. Only caring about Lu Yanyan. Trying to please Lu Yanyan. Zhou Yaji took a deep breath. Not expensive. It's only a little over 300 million. I still have a net worth of several tens of billions now. My eyes were clear from the moment I heard about 300 million. He stared widely. I heard he had tens of billions. His eyes were about to pop out. This is too rich. I put down my chopsticks. She looked at him seriously. You say we're legally married now, right? You want to divide marital property. Hey, your net worth is half of mine. That means I'm a tycoon too. Take off your clothes. Now? Not so good. How about we go back inside? Anyway, Zhou Yaji and I are already married. Even if you take them off, what difference does it make? I don't suffer. My smile was radiant. Not a trace of gloom. Zhou Yaji looked at my delighted expression. He couldn't help but rub his forehead. Could it be that he really has amnesia now? Earlier, Chun had just put on a show. Nor can I hide my dislike for me. No way. I still need to observe a bit more. Chun. We have a prenuptial agreement. My expression immediately fell. Prenuptial agreement. Divorce words. You're going to leave with nothing. You're actually guarding against me. Zhou Yaji. I never expected you to be this kind of person. You have let me down so much. When you get married. You were the one who brought it up yourself. Why did I ask? Am I crazy? To act superior, he didn't even want money. Because at that time, Chun. She really doesn't really want to marry me. At that time, Aiken was just being. Lu Yanyan was heartbroken. Only then did she reluctantly agree to marry me. The prenuptial agreement was also insisted on by Aiken. How did we get married? And who exactly is Lu Yanyan? Just as I asked this question, my gaze turned to those comments again. Aiken, Lu Yanyan is your wife. Please, his wife is Zhou Yaji. And the legal kind. Yanyan's wife and Aiken's husband. Is a pair made in heaven. I'll fight you guys who want the second female lead to rise. The cheating woman simply doesn't deserve to be the female lead. When the male lead remembers, he will definitely return to the female lead side. You clowns, please don't tear down the official couple. Okay. From these comments, I understood probably myself and Zhou Yaji. And that Lu Yanyan is the love-struck type from a novel. The male lead is the antagonist, the second female lead. And the cheating female lead. But what exactly does this woman look like? And it makes me willing to give up everything for her. Zhou Yaji hesitated for a long time on the side. Spoke. Lu Yanyan is your first love. You are for him. Keep lying to me. All kinds of deception. All kinds of lies. Why sign a prenuptial agreement? I really am a big fool. Zhou Yaji saw me like this. Aiken, you woke up early in the morning and lost your memory. Now everyone started cursing themselves. Do you need to call the family doctor? No need, I'm fine. Zhou Yaji saw through my abnormal behavior. So strange. Chen's behavior today was just too strange. Could it be that Aiken secretly got in touch with Lu Yanyan? Lu Yanyan said something to Aiken again. This amnesia. Could it really just be a carefully planned drama? Is the goal to make me lower my guard? But everything seemed to return to how things were before. Zhou Yaji's gaze faded. Suspicion in his heart grew like vines. Zhou Yaji finished breakfast. The company still has work to handle. Was about to go out. I haven't finished eating yet. So he followed. What are you doing? Work. I forgot. What about me? Where do I work? You are not allowed to go outside. What? You think I'm lying to you? You don't have much credibility with me. I really don't remember these 6 years. I didn't even have that salty candy. I don't even remember who she is. What else can I do? Since you forgot. Then just stay home obediently. He was not allowed to go outside. Don't think about running away. There are bodyguards at home. I agreed to stay at home. You have to give me my entertainment tools, right? I'll have someone send you a new one later. She kept a close eye on her son-in-law. He was not allowed to go anywhere, and not allowing anyone to meet anyone, especially Lu Yanyan. Mr. Zhou. There is a very important bidding event tonight. It was the Zhou family and the Lu family, and many other companies participated in the bidding event. Well, every time the son-in-law pulls such a trick, all of this was to help the Lu family compete for projects. Although the Lu family had more than just the Zhou family, there is something to say. Mr. Zhou, could the son-in-law be pretending? Just to lower your guard. Then come to Boda during the gala. The son-in-law has already ruined many cooperation with the Zhou family, but President Zhou always doted on his son-in-law. Even if they lose a lot of profit, the company's shareholders have strong objections. She also refused to divorce. The son-in-law is really blind. Such a wonderful wife can't see it. He insists on throwing himself at a scumbag woman. I even feel sorry for President Zhou, not worth it. If that really happens, you should prepare backup plans in advance. No matter what happens, we all want to win this project this time. Not because the son-in-law's actions disrupted your steps. Mr. Zhou is right. At home, after eating and drinking my fill, I lay back down on the bed. Should I say it or not? This bed is really big. The bedding is all silk. I still haven't figured it out. How exactly did Zhou Yaji get her revenge? How can people achieve such success? I watched as the chat scrolled in real time. They're all things that aren't important. And some nonsense. There is no substantial information. I just couldn't be bothered to look at it. I haven't played on my phone for long. A new piece of news popped up on the new phone. Achin. Today's project is very important. You have to help me hold Zhou Yaji back. Once I defeat the Zhou family, we got married. The female lead still has the nerve to fool the male lead. The male lead would definitely agree. He loved the female lead so much. It's hard to say. The male lead has now lost his memory. Who still remembers that this is the female lead? The male lead's amnesia hasn't been confirmed yet. Maybe he's just trying to confuse the second female lead. Today, this project is very important. Hopefully, the male lead won't cause trouble anymore. Now I finally understand. So it was the one who messaged me. She was that salty, sweet scumbag. I rolled over. I started scrolling on my phone again. Another 10 minutes passed. I still haven't received any response. Only then did Lu Yanyan realize something was wrong. She started sweet-talking me to help her with chores. I was annoyed. Blocked her. Lu Yanyan didn't expect me to block her. How could he have been blocked? Am I just being too neglectful of him lately? Lu Yanyan immediately sent me a few more sweet words. Probably just to say that she and other men were fake. The only one she loves in her heart is me, including this project. It's all so you can treat me better in the future. I replied directly to the other party. I'll spend 5 million to see my strength. Lu Yanyan's expression immediately changed. Achin, you have changed. You weren't such a materialistic man before. You used to be pure, beautiful and kind, like ice and snow. Have you been with Zhou Yaji for too long? You were influenced by her. You have to stay away from her. I am now working hard for our future. Why can't you help me? Please be considerate of me. I frowned, falling into self-doubt, muttering to himself. Would I really like a girl who is arrogant and conceited? Is it time travel or amnesia? But anyway, I couldn't possibly like a girl like that either. I can't be bothered to waste words with such idiots. He even blocked her phone number. He turned and continued playing on his phone. Feed. Wang Ma. Miss. The son-in-law kept vomiting at home, and my stomach hurts. He was in so much pain he was rolling on the ground. What about family doctors? Just called. Coming soon. The son-in-law wanted to call an ambulance. The bodyguard refused to yield. He said he wanted your consent. Tell those idiots to call 120 quickly. If anything happens to the son-in-law, all of them can get lost. Fast 120. The bodyguards didn't dare delay a moment anymore. Turn. Our bidding meeting is about to begin. But at that moment, the son-in-law was in a stomachache. I know what you mean. But here I am. Achun is always first. Even if every time the wolf came it was a lie. I will continue to believe in it next time. Achun can lie to me countless times. I can't just ignore it all at once. I'm not a lucky person. I can't lose Aiken. I couldn't bear the pain of losing Achun either. B. A black Rolls-Royce. At the intersection before entering the bidding venue. sharply turned the front of the car. He sped toward the Xie residence. Zhou Yaji took a deep breath. It's not that I didn't think about it. This might be yet another carefully orchestrated accident. This timing was too coincidental. Maybe it's to disrupt my attendance at the bidding meeting. But I can't help it. I can't afford to gamble. I don't dare to gamble. Even if the story of Wolf happens 100 times. I also want to run to Chun for the 101st time. At that moment the phone vibrated. It was a message from Aunt Wang. The ambulance has arrived. He was taking his son-in-law to the hospital. Juju was handling the matter of postponing the bidding. Zhou Yaji kept staring out the window. The car came to a sudden stop in front of the hospital emergency building. Zhou Yaji rushed in almost the moment the car stopped. At the entrance of the emergency room, Aunt Wang and several bodyguards were anxiously waiting there. Wang Ma saw her. "Miss, where's my uncle?" "Inside. The doctor is checking it." Zhou Yaji walked to the emergency room door. Through the glass window on the door, all he could see was the movement of figures inside. She clenched her fist. "Force yourself to calm down." He turned to look at the bodyguard standing beside him with his hands hanging down. "Who allowed you to stop without calling an ambulance?" "You previously gave the order. If the son-in-law needs to use emergency contact information, or you need to call a car before going out, what I need is for you to ensure his absolute safety. It's not about forcing him to endure illness. If something really happens to him, who among you can afford it?" The bodyguards are like cicadas in the cold, and dared not argue further. At that moment the emergency room door opened. "Doctor, how about my husband? Acute gastroenteritis. The patient was too thin. I usually eat little. This time I ate too much at once. The burden on the stomach is too heavy. It triggered severe convulsions and vomiting. Medication has been used. Now the pain has eased. Observation during infusion. It's not a big deal. Don't worry." The anxious heart finally felt heavy. What follows is a kind of detached emptiness and softness. But even more so, it was a sense of relief. Zhou Yaji let out a long sigh of relief. "Thank you, doctor. Can I go in and see him now?" "Okay. The patient now needs to rest. Please be quiet." "Well." Zhou Yaji nodded. He gently pushed open the door and walked in. I lay in the hospital bed, eyes closed. His face was still somewhat pale. Needles are inserted on the back of his hand. The transparent medicinal liquid dripped slowly, drop by drop. Footsteps were heard. My eyelashes trembled. He opened his eyes. He saw it was her. A flash of rapid, complex emotions flashed in my eyes. It was as if she was awkwardly confiding. Or something else. "Don't you have an important meeting?" My voice was a bit hoarse. A barely noticeable glint flashed in Zhou Yaji's dark eyes. "How do you know?" The second female lead suspects the male lead might have deliberately called her away from the bidding meeting. The second female lead made preparations. Even if she wasn't there, her subordinates were no pushovers. The male lead burst into tears. The second female lead came looking like a dog. Support the second female lead. And thus forbade the male mistress. "I want to watch the imprisonment play. I received a message on my phone today. Let me hold you back. Say whatever is important. Zhou Yaji, you have to trust me. I have amnesia now. Even if we don't get along, I won't help others deal with you either. Don't say I don't know her now. Even if I know her, I can't mess up your career like this. If only it could always be like this." Zhou Yaji tried to get my phone. If it was before, I must be very nervous. This time I took my own phone. After unlocking it, handed it to her. Then she saw Lu Yanyan's pleas for peace and sweet words. His gaze darkened again. After reading the message, indeed, as I said, I really didn't agree. My visit to the hospital was purely coincidental. Didn't I just look at myself at 26 and look too thin? I just want to eat more to nourish my body. But who would have thought I'd end up so fragile now? Zhou Yaji hadn't heard me and her chatter so much in a long time. It seemed he had truly forgotten about Lu Yanyan. He could see me in his eyes again. Zhou Yaji stayed by my side at the hospital, giving me an 4 drip. Outside the window the night was as dark as ink. Occasionally, the nurse's footsteps tapped softly in the corridor. The liquid in the 4-bottle dripped at a steady rate, like measuring time. I leaned against the raised hospital bed. His face was still somewhat pale. I asked a lot. It's all about those 6 years. I forgot all about it. At first, Zhou Yaji only gave a brief response. He even tried to steer the conversation away. Those 6 years meant to her. It was countless moments of silence that made me want to speak but held back. It was watching me walk toward someone else's back. It is deeply buried in the heart. Jealousy and helplessness that almost consumed him. Those were the most unpleasant 6 years between her and me. She didn't want to mention it. But whenever she was about to fall silent completely, her gaze always met the one I looked over. There is no shadow of memory or attachment to it. Only pure curiosity, clear as a stream in early autumn, leaving no trace of past dust. Looking into such a pair of eyes, she found herself unable to build high walls. Those bitter fragments. In the end, I managed to get out bit by bit. That one called Willow. How did I know her? Zhou Yaji's fingers unconsciously rubbed their fists against the edge of the bed rail. The chill of metal passed through his fingertips. Her voice was flat and straightforward. Lu Yanyan is a graduate student at the school. After you twisted your ankle, it's the school hospital I took you to. After that, every follow-up and dressing change, I always accompanied you. But the last time, you're basically healed. I think you're walking without any major issues. I had something to do that day too. I didn't go with you to the hospital. That's when you met him. Only one absence. Just that time. I always stand by your side. Tag after. Yet it cannot withstand a seemingly accidental fate arranged by fate. This made Ah-chun fall in love at first sight with another woman. And then what? That's when you start to have secrets. Sneaking around every day. My mind is not on action. My project is at a critical stage. Busy day and night in reverse. When I have the time and energy to find you. You came to tell me you wanted to confess to Lu Yanyan. It was as if he were listening to a story unrelated to himself. The ward fell silent for a moment. Only the faint sound of the instrument operating was heard. So how exactly did we get married? He asked again about the one who woke up in the early morning. It lingers in my heart. The question that puzzled me the most. Later, you realize Lu Yanyan is not just warmly sharing feelings with you. More importantly, she had already engaged to him. You came to me for a flash marriage in a fit of anger. You were down and down at the time. I softened and agreed. Zhou Yaji lied. The truth is, she wanted but couldn't get it. It turned out I had been kept in the dark all along. We completely misunderstood our relationship. I suddenly sat up straight from my leaning position. His voice suddenly rose in anger and fright. The needle on the back of his hand twitched slightly. At first, I was incredulous. A wave of absurdity immediately surged in his heart. I honestly don't know what expression to make. I asked Zhou Yaji about the past 6 years. I want to hear her answer. I was even more curious about what the comments would say. The male and female leads fell in love at first sight. Green plums can never withstand the falling of the sky. The second female lead deserves to lose. The female lead is fake to everyone else. Only the male lead is truly true. Come on. The female lead flirts everywhere. How many times has the male lead broken down for her? Yanyan, as the successor to the Lu family, her father had so many illegitimate children. Naturally, she wanted to first hold the power in her hands. Marriage alliances are a means. Except for the male lead. It's all just a show. Go along for the ride. Then why didn't she break off the engagement and be with the male lead? When the male lead is being harshly insulted online as a third party, she hid again. I listened to Zhou Yaji's concise yet highly informative narration about Lu Yanyan's past 6 years. In my mind, it slowly formed a complete picture. Ultimately, it's just a cliched and hurtful story. She was ambitious and focused on her family's power. Yet unable to let go of the feelings that flutter in her heart. She tried to coax me with promises of true love. On the other hand, she maintains her engagement with a fiancé who can offer her benefits. Until the truth was exposed. I bear all the blame. This plot is basically like an old-fashioned, melodramatic romance novel. I really can't figure it out. Is this stupid really me? This is simply not my style. How could I be this foolish? The liquid in the 4 bottle finally runs dry. I can finally leave the hospital filled with disinfectant. My gaze was glued to that Rolls-Royce. His pupils lit up again and again. Your car is so handsome. His finger gently brushed over the smooth car door. 28 million. I suddenly turned my head. If I hadn't run into that Lu Yanyan back then, could I also succeed in entrepreneurship? They've made a fortune. I paused. Then I rely on my own abilities. You can even hire a female model or something. What to rap? It's none of your business. I want to raise a female model. My prime youth inexplicably slipped away by 6 years. 6 years. I've never even properly held the hand of a man of the opposite sex. When he wakes up, he's tied up with you right away. I just want to find a female model. So what? I want it. That brief warmth had long since faded away. Facing Zhou Yaji, I returned to the way I spent time years ago. Get in the car and go home. I deliberately bypassed her. He directly opened the rear door. He lifted his foot and sat down. He treated her as his personal driver. Zhou Yaji looked at my childish yet lively side. That familiar feeling surged in his heart again. She opened the rear door. He struggled to pull me out. I rarely see such a childish side of Zhou Yaji. So I followed her grip and let her push me into the passenger seat. They really treat me like a driver. You can serve as my driver. You just have fun. Arriving at the doorstep, I stayed in the passenger seat. Let Zhou Yaji naively pull me along. The servants waiting at the Xie residence entrance. When had he ever seen a young lady and son-in-law so close and inseparable? Zhou Yaji linked arms with mine. Passing through the corridor, he went straight into the master bedroom. He let me sit on the bed as a result. Her face flushed with embarrassment. This unexpected gentleness made me freeze for a moment. Blurted out, "You have changed a lot. You want to say I'm always the same? Huh? Don't forget we're the same age. You're a week older than me. So what you mean now? Calling me old in a roundabout way?" Zhou Yaji turned and walked toward the wardrobe. A faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. "No. You go take a shower first." My thoughts immediately went off track. Think about what might happen after taking a shower. "We're staying here for the night," I asked warily, "right? I'll even tie a leash for you. So you don't sneak off in the middle of the night. You are illegally detained. I want to find security." "All right, you call it. We are a legal couple." Guess what I told the uniformed security guard, that this was a small matter between husband and wife, whether they control or not. "Zhou Yaji, you rascal." When I came out of the bathroom, only wearing pajamas, Zhou Yaji felt a bit awkward for some reason. He got up and also went into the bathroom. At this moment, the phone screen placed outside lit up. "Mr. Zhou, the results of the bidding project have been released. We won. The Liu family was out." Zhou Yaji finished showering. "Quickly dry your body." He pushed open the bathroom door. But the bedroom was empty. My figure was nowhere to be seen. Zhou Yaji's breath caught. It was like suddenly falling into an ice cave, with an imperceptible tremor. There was no response. Could it be that Aiken lied to me again? Once again it disappeared from my world. "Come. Everyone go find the son-in-law. Immediately. Stop barking. The soul of the big night. It also makes people not sleep." Seeing that I am still here, Zhou Yaji finally relaxed. I looked at her so anxious she was almost mad. A sudden wave of guilt welled up in his heart. "Let you flirt. Serves him right now. You twisted your ankle. Just keep flirting." When I twisted my ankle before crossing, Zhou Yaji helped me to the school hospital. He kept scolding him non-stop. The words were not finished. I deliberately swung my leg. She immediately shut up. 20-year-old Zhou Yaji is acting with her mouth. But I have anything to do. She always appears immediately, even if it's a trivial matter. 26-year-old Yaji Chao treated me coldly, still caring about me. "You have a crush on me." Not interrogative sentences, without a hint of hesitation. My tone was too certain. Zhou Yaji suddenly stopped in her tracks. "Secret crush on you, my foot. Follow me back to the room." "No staying here." The chat exploded again. I quickly skimmed through those arguing comments. Not a single useful message was given. He didn't have the energy to delve deeper. Zhou Yaji was already standing in front of me. "Walk back by yourself. Or should I find someone to carry you?" I looked back to the side, feeling guilty. "I just sleep in the guest room. I won't run anymore. I'm not interested in you. What is it like to lose weight?" She is very thin. I instinctively looked at myself. Pathological thinness. I am in her eyes. I caught a fleeting trace of pain. "Then why did you insist on tying me up?" "It's related to the memories I've lost, right? Before we got married. You and Lu Yanyan are entangled. He ended up looking neither human nor ghost. After marriage. At first I gave you freedom. After you first met her. After returning he went on a 3-day hunger strike. You want to divorce me? I don't agree. But it doesn't restrict you from going to her. And sent bodyguards to secretly protect you. I'll see you again. You were the one crying at my doorstep saying it to me. Lu Yanyan and her fiancé were about to get engaged. You've been hurt several times because of her. I forgot to tell you. She already has a fiancé. She has a fiancé and still keeps you hanging. You use your connections to steal many of Zhou's collaborations. Taking nourishment from you and me. Strengthen yourself. She didn't keep the promise she made to marry you. They hadn't even broken off their engagement. You even hurt your own body for her. Taking medicine recklessly harms the body. She even had childhood friends who needed organ donation for matching. You even think about donating to her. Luckily, I stopped her. Lock you in your home. Otherwise you wouldn't be skinny now. Something happened long ago. Since then, I'll find someone to watch over you during the day. Lock yourself up at night and sleep with me. Don't even think about running away. Is it me? Isn't this De Sha-chun? Is this really me? I really can't empathize. So he justified himself. So now I've forgotten, haven't I? To prevent you from suddenly remembering and feeling like you're dying again. You must go back with me. You don't have to resist. I'm not interested in you. I compromised. I was moved by his feelings for not abandoning me all these years. Okay. I looked at myself and wasn't interested. Zhou took me back to the main house. Skillfully tied us together with chains. He did what he said. Sleep on the other side of the bed. Zhou bed was really comfortable. Go to sleep. The next morning. The faint sound of collision was especially clear in the silent room. Zhou acted first. The movements are light. It's noisy. No classes in the morning. Can you let me get a good night's sleep? Get up first and have breakfast. Woman's voice. You want to sleep? Wait until breakfast before going to sleep. Woman's voice. Where did the woman come from in the dorm? Immediately after, fragments of memory suddenly pieced together. I felt like I was burned. He sat up on the ground. You have a pretty good memory. I still remember there was no class in the morning. 6 years ago seemed to have changed. But this woman before him, and the subtle differences in bodily sensations, all silently told me, indeed 6 years have passed. This is not right. Very wrong. Amnesia leads to forgetting. How could I remember even more distant things in such detail? Yet I alone lost the long 6 years in between. One is even more bizarre. More sci-fi thoughts uncontrollably surfaced. Could it be that I've transmigrated? Go downstairs for breakfast. Eat less today. Don't end up in the hospital again like you did on the day of the storm. I hummed. He watched her slender figure leave. He pulled the blanket over his head. Continue to battle that astonishing guess in the darkness. Excuse me. I'm late. My whole body stiffened. He instantly pulled off the blanket. Guang scanned the empty room sharply. Who is in the room? Hello, Chunxinzhou. I'm not in the room. I'm in your head. In my mind. Auditory hallucinations. Signs of schizophrenia. I could no longer stay calm. He threw off the covers and jumped off the bed. Barefoot, he rushed out of the room. He ran downstairs with his head in his hands. He wanted to throw that strange voice away. Zhou is having breakfast in a restaurant. Hearing this terrified shout, he immediately dropped his utensils and rushed toward the stairs. Just a few steps onto the stairs, he bumped into me completely. I heard a strange sound. He said he was in my head. Zhou, is there really something wrong with me? Schizophrenia. Auditory hallucinations occurred. What are you talking about? What about your voice? His gaze quickly swept over my pale face. I grabbed her arm like a lifeline. Speak quickly. His voice was still trembling.
Zhou just raised her eyebrows slightly. She looked at me, in confusion.
You are deaf. Care about you. You actually called me deaf. I've just said so much. You didn't listen to a single word. I said you were deaf. You sure have sharp ears. You really didn't make a sound just now. Memory loss and ear replacement. There are still signs of aphasia now. Walk. We'll go to the hospital now. She dared not delay. Don't be afraid. I'm not a pervert. You also don't have schizophrenia. I am System 0137. System 0137. Yes, the host. Excuse me. I was supposed to meet you somehow. But headquarters was in a hurry to hold a meeting. I'm only now joining you up. Also, you can't mention my existence directly in front of others. Related comments will be automatically blocked. We can talk directly in consciousness. This way it's safe. Nor would outsiders identify her as mentally ill. I see. It's not that she's deaf. Those words were being blocked. It's like the last digit of a phone. The tense nerves miraculously relaxed. It even stirred a hint of absurd curiosity. I muttered in my mind. And memes. System 0137 fell silent for a moment. Then a symbolic expression was directly projected into my consciousness. I opened my eyes wide in shock. I almost screamed in reality. Chenzhou.
Yesterday, I lost my memory.
Today I suspected aphasia and auditory hallucinations. Now he was staring blankly at the air. Strange facial expressions and symptoms accumulate. It is truly not an optimistic outlook. Are you okay? We must go to the hospital now. I snapped back to reality. It's okay. I just felt a bit grumpy after waking up. My mind was still a bit muddled. Let's have breakfast. I am hungry. Zhou was half skeptical. After breakfast. Before she went to work at the company. I called my family doctor. When my family doctor examined me, a middle-aged man rushed in crying. Uncle. Please help me plead with the young lady. Don't fire me. You get up first. There is something to say slowly. Uncle. I also have 2 sons in college. I really can't lose this job. The new number I just switched to yesterday. Lu Yanyan actually received the news that very day. There really is a traitor in the house. Lu Yanyan kept an eye on the company's official movements. On the other hand, she was ambiguous toward Aiken, deliberately wiping and brushing off. Do they really think I, Zhou Yaji, am just for show? I listened to what the man did. The little sympathy in her heart completely vanished. The other betrayed his master to seek honor. Those who have multiple boats stay by their side. Is no different from burying thunder. It's too dangerous. Today you can betray Zhou Yaji. Tomorrow you can betray others too. Today is about delivering messages. Tomorrow you might even be killed. People like you. The Zhou family could not afford it. I will settle wages according to market standards. If he kept causing trouble, I will sue you for violating the employee code of conduct. Compensation is requested. This was the happiest day I've had in years. Hopefully this amnesiac Aiken will last a bit longer. But this time you won't be allowed to escape again. It seemed Aiken really had forgotten. Then never think about it. Stay by my side willingly. Go back to the bedroom and lie down. Begin a conversation with the system in your brain. Can you change your code name? If you didn't know better, you'd think the food delivery had arrived. Okay. How would you like me to address you? Don't use you anymore. I still feel quite young. Can you adjust your speaking style? So calm. Cold. Good. All can be adjusted. What do you think of the lively and approachable type? Yes. Just don't look so much like a robot. Otherwise, I really wouldn't have the desire to chat. As for the name, first introduce what features you have. I come from the male lead department. The main mission is to save the male lead. What do I need to save? Are you referring to Zhou Yaji locking me up or Lu Yanyan hurting me?
Host.
There's something I need to tell you first. You have to be mentally prepared. The world we live in is actually a novel. I know this. How would you know? It shouldn't be. I just came. He didn't say anything. It's other characters who tell you. If they say it, you believe it. It's not right. Do you have anything to say? I can see the comments. Is this a bug in your system? What a mistake. Just after the day arrived, he was called back for a meeting. So you've already gotten to know the world through the bullet comments. Nope. The live comments are all day long on doujiju or arguing. There isn't much useful information. All I know is that I'm a love-struck male lead. The second female lead and villain. There's also a female lead with questionable views on relationships. And don't say that about yourself. The male lead is confident. Be strong. This world was born because of you. You are sure I am the center of the world. So why do all the resources and benefits end up flowing to the female lead? I'm still so thin now. I dislike it all. The bones were cracking. The female lead and the second female lead indeed deserve harsh criticism. This is a very ancient novel. Back then, the popular trope was physical and emotional, ruining families and ruining lives. But nowadays, this style is no longer popular. The world of the novel keeps cycling again and again. But recently, this small world is gradually drifting off course. Especially last time. After the second female lead turns dark, she directly kills the female lead. All the main characters die. The world restarted. Wait, what did you say? I died. Am I not the male protagonist? How did I die? And this cycle. The second female lead's movement became abnormal. And the old style is no longer popular. You can decide your ending. You can choose the second female lead to take the lead. Or you can go for a male lead route without a couple. That's about it. I hope I can have a happy ending. How about I name you Reunion? Good host. Our goal is happiness and fulfillment. Happy cooperation in the future. You haven't said what features you have yet. How are you going to help me? Your bullet comment feature is both help and harassment.
They argue every day and it's so annoying.
Sorry, host. I'm turning it off now. If you want to see it later, you can readjust it in your consciousness. You need to complete the main storyline. Achieve your happiness.
Rewards unlock each stage you progress by.
The grand prize in the end was a lifelong journey together. If you don't have a CP, you reached the end of your life alone and safely. Growing old together is considered a big prize. What if I'm unlucky? What should I do if the chosen person betrays me? You can replace him at any time. The person you re-elect continues to inherit this grand prize. The male lead system will always put the male lead first. I still have questions. I was clearly in college just a couple of days ago. Now we've been married for 4 years. Here's why. Well, listen to my argument. If you don't want to listen to my explanation, I was at the very beginning of the story. Take you to headquarters to connect with the brain. Of course, novel characters have no memory of headquarters. I spent too much time upgrading the system. You and I should have arrived 6 years ago. The headquarters network is lagging. It delayed my leveling. One day at headquarters. A small world for a year. I want to save you from at least when you first got married.
But he didn't go back.
And now we've come to an even worse state. Both body and mind were hurt. I am a college student. Are you too? This is too unreliable.
I'm a system graduate who just graduated from university this year.
You are still my first host. What? Are you reliable? I'm starting to doubt your abilities now. I have confidence. I believe you will be happy. This world has lost 6 years without reason.
So, am I here or not in these 6 years?
But this world has me. And it's still following the novel's plot. These 6 years have been the world's programs running. Commonly known as automatic control.
So what's the difference between me and him? And this is so different from my own personality. It doesn't seem like something I could do at all. The difference is that the body automatically controls the injury without pain.
No emotion.
No thought.
But you have. Since I have thoughts, how could I do something so foolish?
That's not me.
Definitely not me. Others just follow the plot and then give up. The opening and ending are not affected by the plot. Live however you want. Only the middle section is the plot. The person being controlled wasn't me at all.
It's just a shame for the string. Living according to the script
written by others. It's not that I can do whatever I want. The me in the story and I are completely different people.
I simply can't understand his way of thinking and doing things. But I can't do it. It makes me fool again and again. Forget it once. It's impossible to be this foolish every time. It's normal that the person in the
script isn't you. The one tied down by the plot is not the real you at all.
Only live freely and freely. That's the real you. No matter what, I will never admit that those 6 years were mine.
I'm too brainless to do something like this. By the way, what is your ability?
My ability is to rewind time 3 times.
Now, let's go back 6 years. We started the mission 6 years ago.
Time rewinds can only be short-term.
Alright, let's save the skill for now. What are the stage rewards for the main story?
You say this is the main quest.
In other words, besides the main storyline, there are also side quests, isn't it?
The reward is a blind box. I don't know what it can actually produce.
Side quests. Rewards will be randomly given based on the characters you meet. You can choose whether to do it or not. Sounds quite interesting. Zhou successfully secured the project, bringing profit-making projects into your pockets. This means Zhou Group will break through among many companies. The night Lu Yanyan learned the result.
Lock yourself in, inside the president's office on the top floor of the Lu Corporation building.
Only he remained on the entire floor.
Notification email of the tender results.
It still lingered coldly on the computer screen. Every word pierced his eyes like needles. He slowly stood up. He walked up to the floor-ceiling
window, looking at the dazzling night view of Haishur.
That commercial territory he thought was about to be under his control. At this moment, it seemed as if they were mocking his incompetence.
He started smashing things wildly. After venting, he stood panting in the midst of the mess. Long hair, loosely flowing.
The messy hair on his forehead was soaked with sweat. His phone screen lit up. It showed the call from her fiancé, Lu Bai. He didn't answer. Staring at the flickering name, his gaze was cold.
3 months ago. To win the government tender, strive for 500 million yuan in investment from the Lu family.
Lu Yanyan signed a bet agreement with Lu Bai. The project is Lujiafen with a 15% stake. Project failure. He repaid principal and compound interest at an annual interest rate of 20% over 3 years, and pledged 8% of his original equity as collateral.
He also issued military orders to his father, Lu Zhong.
Although Lu Zhong was the actual power holder who had stepped back from the front lines, only ability is recognized.
Not recognizing family ties.
He already had many children. There are also illegitimate children outside.
This time, Lu Yanyan suffered a crushing defeat.
Their position was completely
shaken. The next morning, Lu Yanyan forced herself to compose herself, trying to regroup. She contacted several companies.
Small and medium-sized tech companies previously interested in collaborating.
Started advancing some stimulus projects. He hopes to use short-term performance to fulfill his father's wish.
At noon,
Lu Bai's father, Lu Ping, called as scheduled.
After a round of warnings and pressure, the phone hangs up. The smile on Lu Yanyan's face vanished instantly. His gaze was chillingly cold. A few seconds later, the phone was slammed hard
onto the newly replaced desk. The old fox actually dared to do this to me.
One by one, they all wanted to step on me at this moment.
Zhou Yaji became even busier after securing government projects. But no matter how busy he was, she would also check immediately. The bodyguard sent hourly messages about my situation at home. 3 hours have passed. I haven't left my room the whole time. Zhou Yaji has always cared about me the most. 心下不完. I feel something is wrong. 3 hours have passed. He hadn't left the room the whole time. The child is quiet. It must be a monster. Go to the villa and take a look. What is the young master doing? She told the bodyguards to knock on the door.
Young master, are you inside? I'm playing games.
What's the matter?
The young master was playing
Games inside. Nothing. Zhou Yaji heard that I was fine. Only then did his uneasy heart finally relax.
The next few days, Zhou Yaji worked at the company during the day. I kept playing games at home.
During that time, I wanted to
Go out. All were rejected by Zhou Yaji. At night, the two of them restrained each other through a gold chain. Lie at both ends of the large bed. More than a meter away. The only inconvenience is,
I was trying to gain weight faster. I eat several extra meals every day.
they also eat and drink before bed. At night, going to the bathroom would wake Zhou Yaji. Zhou Yaji woke up midway
And slept even worse.
after some time.
Rumors were quietly circulating within
Corporation. I made their CEO's daughter really suffer. Lu Yanyan wanted to win back her father's trust. So I was busy working with small companies. At the bidding meeting, I scolded him and even blocked him. She was furious at first. But in the end, I still obeyed. He just lost his temper. It's not that I don't want her anymore.
He held Zhou Yaji back. She wasn't allowed to enter.
She was certain that I still had her in my heart. Just lose your temper.
Unfortunately, her men were useless. Even if Zhou Yaji didn't go, the project was still lost.
Later, she found out I was hospitalized to help her.
Take time to send messages to show concern.
I didn't reply. She thought I had lost contact because my freedom was restricted. He sent a few texts to my old phone number. Keep it for future negotiations.
I've been in this world for half a month now.
The initial freshness. These closed days had worn them down long ago.
Every day when I open my eyes, I see this luxurious yet cold bedroom. Scrolling through short videos
Videos to watch other people's lives. Her knuckles were aching and aching from scratching. I collapsed on the bed, tossed my phone aside, and shouted for the system. I want to run away. Then he was hurt by Lu Yan.
Then Zhou Yaji caught him back.
My body is so weak.
Halfway through, you might just die right away. You're right.
Then you should take care of your health first. The body is capital. No matter what task you do, you need a good constitution. By the way, speaking of health maintenance, host, if you can restore your weight to normal, even if you complete the first stage of the happiness goal. What did you say?
Taking good care of your body is also a goal to achieve.
Yes, a happy ending.
Ending.
Physical and mental health is the first step. What is the standard of health?
At least a few indicators meet health standards.
No other disease hosts. To you, the host is just gaining weight. I worked hard for half a month and only gained 3 or 4 gene.
Host, your height is 188.8 centimeters.
The minimum weight should be 140 kilograms. Below this value is unhealthy. I looked at myself so skinny I looked like I was.
I tossed my phone down. Starting today, eat a little more.
He went downstairs staring to find Wang Ma.
Starting today, Wang Ma. Make me something to eat that helps me gain weight, nourishes my body, and is something to eat. Anyway, whatever was added, I made it.
Good young master, rest assured.
It must be made solid and solid.
But this understanding seems to be a bit off. At the dinner table, I watched the table full of delicious food and began to enjoy it heartily.
Zhou Yaji's gaze slowly swept across the dining table.
Charcoal grilled oysters. Medium rare steak is tender. Tender deep-sea fish with vibrant green chives and scrambled eggs. Sherkwan great tonic soup.
Beside it was goji berry tea.
This combination is just too bold.
The young master specially gave her instructions this afternoon.
He said it starts today. Make some powerful nourishing meals to replenish energy and nourish the body.
Uncle has a heart. Zhou Yaji's lips twitched.
She looked at me. I was working hard right now. He grabbed an oyster shell with one hand and sucked it down. With his other hand, he picked up the beef and brought it into his mouth. Zhou Yaji closed her eyes for a moment. Let Aunt Wang leave first. In the restaurant, all that remained were the light clinking of bowls and chopsticks and the sound of me chewing hard. Is it tasty? Delicious. Wang Ma really has great cooking.
The soup is especially fresh.
Zhou Yaji, completely without any image, looked at me. Her eyes were filled only with admiration for the food. No other voices remained.
She suddenly felt.
His earlier association was somewhat unrealistic. She picked up her chopsticks. His expression was natural. Start eating. Hurry up and eat so much. If you don't eat it, I'll eat it all. After saying that, he filled himself with a bowl full of soup.
The goal is to carry out the succulent plan to the end. Zhou Yaji watched me as I swept away the clouds. Her eyelids started twitching again.
It seemed like an informal reminder.
Take a few fewer bites.
Make a pig of oneself. Be careful, just like last time, your stomach might not handle it and you might end up in the hospital.
No, it won't. I was feeling delighted inside.
Calculate how much weight this meal can gain. Members are also monitoring their intake in real time.
It is still far from the warning line. I know it in my heart. He picked up another piece of chives. Zhou watched me eat happily, and eat a lot more. The night was dark. She lay on the bed, just over a meter away from me.
Her body temperature was higher than usual. His emotions began to stir faintly. Achen's recent appearance. It really feels like I've forgotten everything that has happened over the years. It didn't seem deliberately staged.
This unfamiliarity and indifference
Simply couldn't have lasted that long.
so real. Zhou thoughts unconsciously drifted back to before she was 20, drifting back to those youthful days.
Those feelings that have long since quieted and withered.
After facing her disappointment, she quietly tried hard to recover. That restless heart.
Once again, it becomes vibrant and scorching. But how could I have guessed the turmoil in her heart?
At first,
I was originally reluctant to share a room and sleep with her. After spending the past half-month together, I gradually became certain. Zhou simply didn't want me to get involved.
Lu Yinyan was determined to protect my safety.
Besides,
In other matters, she seemed to have no other intentions. This kind of nourishing life lasted a week. Because I eat quite a lot every day, my weight has noticeably increased significantly. Her originally slightly thin arms and legs, all wrapped in a layer of flesh.
one morning,
I quietly stood on the scale. I saw the pointer steadily stop at 110 gene. I couldn't help but curl my lips into a smile.
she looked her reflection in the mirror left and right. But Zhou, who has accompanied me in progress. But inside, it felt as if a smoldering fire was quietly ignited. At first, it was just tossing and turning at night, unable to sleep.
After all, her body wasn't weak.
Eventually, it actually became a subtle torment.
She often wakes up suddenly in the middle of the night. It can only be done by the faint light.
Quietly gazing at me, sleeping beside her. I was completely unaware of this.
Seeing how completely trusting I was, the heat and anger in her heart eventually turned into helplessness. She couldn't bear to wake me,
From my deep sleep,
nor did he want to take a cold shower and force himself.
he couldn't even bring himself to explain to me. Another night passed,
A familiar burning heat hit him.
deeper than ever.
Sweat beaded on Zhou.
Yashi's forehead.
She gently lifted the blanket. Use the key to undo the chain on your hand. I rolled half asleep toward the center. It barely touched the skin on her arm. She almost rushed into the bathroom, as if escaping.
I want to wash away those
Strange thoughts.
When I woke up in the morning, he had no idea what happened yesterday. As usual, I got up and went downstairs to eat. Zhou watched me look healthier day by day. He was very happy inside. Zhou, I'm too bored at home. I want to get out. Also, I feel I need a job. I'm at your house every day now. Being a pig isn't a good thing either. Zhou heard me describe herself like that. He couldn't help but smile. Aiken was still as ruthless as he was back then. Even he scolded himself.
I know you don't want me to leave.
But I was getting moldy at home. I'm not Chun Shinjo who would risk everything for a woman. I am Chun Shinjo who is 20 years old.
I want to be motivated, work hard, and be positive and optimistic. I want a job. Any job is fine.
If not, I can learn slowly.
I don't want you to keep me confined at home forever.
I feel like a cat or dog.
Not like a person. Host, you're amazing. This is you. As expected, you're bound by the plot. Not the real you.
See how the comments praise you.
I want to be the master of my own life. You don't have to be too outstanding. But you must have the right to make your own decisions. Do what you want. What I want to do now is to do a job. Integrate into society.
Able to be independent.
Be your own Achin again.
I haven't seen it in many years. Ohia. You can be my assistant. Follow me every day. Is there no other option?
Zhou was unhappy. He said angrily, "What kind of look do you have? What expression do you have?"
What attitude do you have?
I know. I agreed.
I think about being with you 24 hours a day.
I feel uncomfortable.
Are you happy with this reason?
I'm just afraid you'll trick me. What if you use work as an excuse? He secretly went to find Lu Yinyan again. In the end, it's all about to die and die. I still have to go and save you. I just remembered the previous cycle mentioned before reunion. After killing Lu Yinyan, he went with me. To be honest, I really don't think Zhou would like me. After all, our relationship is just average. Now, even a simple argument over breakfast can happen. In the first 20 years of our lives, this kind of thing happens often. After just a few words, they argue. If you can't argue, you can make up with a few words.
I really can't imagine making such a decision.
Could it be that Zhou and Lu Yinyan are both sick? Only after gaining the 3rd degree can one truly understand one's own heart.
You will regret it. Oh, I see.
If I'm your assistant, then I'll be your assistant. The black sedan stopped
Steadily at the Zhou Corporation's gate.
Employees coming and going involuntarily slowed down. The doors opened. The first to come down was the CEO's daughter, who usually wore a cold expression. Everyone's gaze was on him. In an instant, I was firmly caught by his side. Zhou Yaji smiled gently at the focused gazes around her. He walked straight with me hand in hand toward the president's exclusive elevator. Immediately, uncontrollable whispers broke out.
A few bold employees quickly pulled out their phones.
The Zhou Group's gossip frontline group was flooding the chat with the thread. Ah, Zhu, secretary.
President Zhou walked over with a particularly handsome man.
Chun Zhou. That memory is always hysterical. Chun Zhou, whose eyes were only on Lu Yanyan.
Zhou Yaji would bring him to the company.
Ding. The president's exclusive elevator doors opened again. Zhou Yaji was the first to step out.
Right behind me was me. The top-level staff instantly sat up straight.
Come to my office. It's the Zhou Zone. Good morning, Mr. Zhou. What do you expect? Before Zhou Yaji could speak, I have already lifted my face, with a sense of incongruity and excitement. Could you please arrange a workstation for me? I'm starting work today. Am I hallucinating? Otherwise, how could I have heard it? This is the son-in-law of the CEO, who always causes trouble for the company. He actually said he was coming to work at the company. This is practically exhausting.
She instinctively looked at Zhou Yaji.
Seeking confirmation with your eyes.
Zhou Yaji nodded slightly, almost imperceptibly.
At a desk in my office. Start with simple work. No, I want to sit outside with everyone. Do as I say and do it
right away. My request was not granted.
Now, Zhou Yaji is a complete dictator. If you dare to sneak out under the pretense of working.
From now on, never step out of the house again. I just walked out. He met dozens of pairs of eyes outside filled with gossip. Their eyes met in the air. The atmosphere instantly became subtly awkward.
But instead, it felt like I had found the organization.
A big smile immediately
broke out on his face.
He stepped forward proactively.
The voice is clear. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. We will be colleagues in the future.
I am a newcomer to the workplace.
I don't understand anything. I hope everyone will continue to support me in the future. You're welcome. You're too polite, as you should be.
I seemed completely unaware.
Those probing and scrutinizing gazes. Soon, a few casual conversations naturally slipped in. The previously tense atmosphere eased considerably.
Employees can't suppress their curiosity. Cautiously probing. It's convenient to ask. You and Mr. Zhou.
I glanced.
The answers were natural and fluent. We are small. Also old classmates. Oh, I see.
Assistant Zhu led the logistics staff.
Carrying new desks, chairs, and computer equipment. I walked over and saw myself surrounded in the middle. Zhu stopped walking. The tone was respectful.
Son-in-law, why aren't you in General Manager Xia's office?
The word son-in-law was like entering a calm and peaceful place. Pebbles on the lake surface.
It stirred huge ripples in everyone's hearts.
The scene instantly fell silent.
Zhou, the rumored son-in-law, who has a very poor relationship with President Zhou.
A man who really could appear with Miss Zhou. Could only be young Master Zhou. But, Miss Zhou's move. I really can't understand it.
What they don't know is,
behind the special one-way glass in the president's office, Zhou Yaji was upright and tranquil, with benevolent character. Her gaze pierced through the glass, locked tightly within me. His eyes were filled with complex, hard-to-read emotions. Investigate and examine thoroughly.
And a trace of forcibly suppressed possessiveness.
Recently, Ah-chun has been very obedient.
He even carried the liveliness and energy of his 20s.
Almost unstoppable. This might be Ah-chun's more sophisticated disguise. We need to find the flaw as soon as possible.
Tearing off Aiken's mask. But
I wish all of this were true. I hope time will stop here.
I hope Aiken will always be like this.
That one will smile at me. They talk back to me.
Even Ah-chun, who would just giggle foolishly after being teased.
Zhu Tezu's actions were swift. She quickly arranged my workstation.
A new computer. Complete range of office supplies. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Having their own turf, I looked especially engaged. He spent the whole morning sitting properly in front of the computer. At times, he furrowed his brows in thought. Sometimes tapping on the keyboard. Seriously unbelievable. Reunion. What does this report mean?
What do these numbers represent? How should I adjust the layout? Why did I make it look so ugly? Schools never taught this at all.
Never touched it at all. PPT templates are way too tacky.
The look is terrible.
I adhere to the principle of making sure I have enough to eat and live by myself.
Secretly search on your phone first. If you really don't understand, urgently call Tuan Yuan for guidance outside the venue.
The whole day was half and half sparring.
He actually completed several basic tasks, as if they were quite proper. Zhou Yaji printed out the documents I had submitted to her.
He dotted several spots with the tip of his pen.
This doesn't make sense here. Data citation is inaccurate.
The format does not comply with company standards.
I leaned in to look at Zhuanqiu's explanation on the paper. Her voice was gentle and patient.
Unconsciously, I followed her train of thought. Watch her demonstrate the modifications and adjustments. Learn from her problem-solving logic.
Outside the window, dusk gradually falls.
The 5 o'clock clock for the end of work rang right on time. Just moments ago, I was completely focused, and my eyes lit up. Save files in a flash.
Shutting down the computer, a whole set of movements flows smoothly. I cheered.
He stood up and was about to rush out. Chen Zhou, your revision suggestions are no longer needed.
Change it tomorrow.
I dashed out of the office area.
Left behind. A bunch of workers silently casting envious glances.
Who doesn't want to leave work on time?
But my freedom is extremely short.
I'm sorry, uncle.
President Zhou specifically instructed that you cannot leave the company alone.
Zhou Yaji, I need to get off work.
Come back.
Finish editing the documents before leaving.
It's time to get off work. Overtime is calculated as triple wages. As an employee, I left earlier than the boss.
At another company.
You have been expelled. Holding my phone, I glanced back at the tall elevator. He slinked back in.
The lights on the top floor came on for me again. Get off work.
I hate overtime. I followed Zhou Yaji into the elevator.
This time it was much quieter.
When Zhou Yaji drove me back to the Zhou residence, the night was already deep. Wang Ma had already prepared dinner. A steaming hot set of 6 dishes and 1 soup were placed on the table, carrying the warmth of everyday life.
The two of them finished their meal quietly. I went straight back to the master bedroom. Continue to dominate the canyon. Zhou Yaji went into the study to handle official business. Soon after, her phone vibrated. Come out for a drink. I heard you took your brother-in-law to the company today. What situation?
Not going is fine.
Don't fool me. You two can live peacefully all day. No arguments, no silent treatment. This is even rarer than the sun rising in the west. Luckily he lost his memory. Zhou Yaji was extremely annoyed. Rolling Grass replied a few times and then ignored them. An hour later, the doorbell rang. Wang Ma opened the door. Gu Enren was standing at the doorway with a cheerful smile. He changed his shoes with practiced ease. Miss Zhou, I'm at your house.
Gu Enren messaged Zhou Yaji upstairs. What about my brother-in-law? You are persistent.
Zhou Yaji instinctively glanced toward the tightly closed master bedroom door.
He made a special trip just for this little gossip. That's not it. It's a miracle you didn't fight.
Of course, I want to see it with
eyes. Gu Enren sat up straight. His eyes sparkled.
Zhou Yaji said in a calm tone.
We forks are not monkeys from a zoo.
It's also worth a special visit. Then again, hasn't Aiken always been obsessed with Lu Yanyan?
Why did you suddenly change your sex? Aren't you the one who got scammed? Back then, I caused a huge stir in the city because of Lu Yanyan. Gu Enren was Zhou Yaji's closest friend. He often accompanied her in drinking alone.
Naturally, he was still shaken.
A faint gentleness flashed in Zhou Yaji's eyes.
He lost his memory. He had also pretended to have a headache and amnesia last time, tricking you into being soft-hearted. This time, the methods have been upgraded. This time it's true.
He didn't even remember who
Yan was. What if it's just that his acting has improved?
Yaji, don't fall into it again. The words were not finished. A faint sound of a door opening came from the second floor.
The two of them looked up at the same time.
I came out wearing loungewear. I stood by the railing looking down.
Its own light is clear and pure, with a hint of unfamiliarity
and curiosity. Gu Enren immediately stood up, wearing his signature bright smile. Hello, brother-in-law. Are we talking too loudly? I'm making a fuss about you. I walked down the stairs. Hello. He nodded at her.
Who is this person?
Gu Enren's close friend met during the female lead's entrepreneurial period. Their relationship is very close. It was the only one. Someone who could speak a few honest words to Zhou Yaji. I met Gu Enren's probing gaze.
I came down to get water.
You continue. I walked to the kitchen fridge and grabbed 2 bottles of mineral water. He actually smiled at me just now, and even took the initiative to say hello. Didn't he always have a cold face whenever he saw me before?
Looks like he really has amnesia. Aiken's memories stop at age 20.
Forget all the people and things from before. Such a great event must be celebrated.
Come out for a couple of drinks, it's on me.
Zhou Yaji was stunned for a moment. It's okay.
That's when the reporting begins.
Yaji, You're about to fall for it again. Zhou Yaji ignored her.
He walked to the master bedroom door and gently knocked.
I heard a slightly muffled voice from inside. I opened the door and found myself sitting cross-legged on the sofa.
His fingers swiped rapidly across the phone screen. The battle seems to be intense.
The light from the screen was cast on my face, outlining the profile of focus. It was as if he was completely immersed in his own world.
Aiken, I'm going out to have a drink with Gu and Rin. Probably come back later.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't even use a leash to tie it up. I didn't even raise my head. Her eyes were still glued to the screen.
The moment the words fell,
Zhou Yaji's figure stiffened almost imperceptibly.
that sentence was like a needle, pierced her heart with precision.
She wanted to say something,
but all the words were stuck in his throat. In the end, it turned into a bitter silence. In the end, she said nothing.
He looked at me deeply. Then he gently closed the door. The lights inside the bar were dimly lit,
Hazy and low.
striking the eardrum. Zhou Yaji said nothing. He downed 2 glasses of strong liquor.
Drink slowly, what are you doing? What was the shock to Kung Fu now?
The 3rd cup was raised to his lips. Zhou Yaji tilted her head back and drank it all.
Shouldn't I have locked him up like this?
You're protecting him.
Once you let go, he headed straight for Lu Yanyan.
How much trouble has it caused?
Every time it's you who cleans up the mess. Now he has amnesia.
The situation is unknown.
Be even more cautious.
He doesn't like being locked up by me. Don't like me either. Is this unclear? But how on isn't making a fuss anymore? Finally, it could be a bit more peaceful. Take your time. Matters of the heart can't be rushed.
But Zhou Yaji seemed not to hear. He poured himself another full glass.
Gu Enrin shook her head. He knew tonight's drinking companion was definitely a given. Their striking looks had already attracted a lot of attention.
After a while,
A tall man held a wine glass. He sat down in the empty seat next to Zhou Yaji. 2 beauties. It's so boring to drink alone. Would you like to have a drink together?
together? Excuse me.
My friend got married.
Can you make friends after getting married? Seeing this beauty in a
Bad mood. Let's talk about it together.
I'm married.
The smile on the man's face froze for a moment.
He hinted at her empty fingers. His tone was a bit provocative. Seeing you in a bad mood means you're having a bad relationship with your husband.
If you ask me, sometimes you just need to relax a bit. Maybe your husband is having fun elsewhere right now.
And you've already taken off your wedding ring.
Why be so serious?
Life is short. Isn't it better to seize the moment and enjoy it?
At this moment, I'm teaming up with my gaming friends to go live on the mic. He was thoroughly enjoying the couple across from him, speechless. Suddenly, without warning, he sneezed loudly. I rubbed my nose, muttered. The temperature around Zhou Yaji suddenly dropped to freezing point. The man was struck by the chilling coldness in his eyes. He fled in panic. My marriage with Aiken. It was fake from the start. Before Aiken lost his memory, he didn't like me. Even after losing her memory, she still doesn't like me.
Doesn't like me.
This understanding, it burns the internal organs more than any strong liquor. Zhou Yaji said no more.
1 cup after another. Gu and Rin felt very uncomfortable watching this, but she didn't know how to persuade him. Seeing Zhou Yaji
Deeply drunk, he had no choice but to resign himself and call his own people. First, send this ancestor back safely.
The night was already deep. When Zhou Yaji was helped out of the car by the driver, a night breeze blew. His mind seemed to clear for a moment, but his steps remained unsteady. She shook off Gu Enrin's hand as she tried to hold her hand. He followed him into the house. Step by step, he moved up the stairs. Gu Enrin saw that she had nothing left to do.
I can go home with peace of mind.
In front of the bedroom door,
Zhou Yaji stopped, leaning against the cold wall. She clumsily adjusted
her skirt. Finish these. She took a deep breath, gripping the cold doorknob. I could faintly hear my excited voice from inside the door. Good treasure. Peering through the crack of the door that was not tightly closed. Pierced her ear with unusually clear clarity.
Zhou Yaji's hand instantly froze on the doorknob. It felt as if all the blood in his body had frozen in an instant. Then, in the next second, it shot up to the top of her head.
The man in the bar maliciously said Richie.
It sounded like the most vicious words.
At this moment, it came true in such a satirical way. Turned out Aiken hadn't lost her memory. Kept lying to me. With that innocent gaze that carries the shadow of a 20-year-old. With those seemingly gentle gestures. A huge lie is carefully woven into a single piece. Turned out to be in a place I couldn't see.
Aiken still stayed with Lu Yinyan, maintaining such an intimate connection.
What an intimate nickname for Bao. Many years ago, I called a Chun countless times in my dreams.
I hope that one day Aiken can call me that too.
Aiken had never called me that before. Not once. But he called another woman. 1,000 times, 10,000 times. Zhou Yaji's jealousy fermented under the scent of alcohol. The lingering effects had faded a bit.
At this moment, The fury of heaven was mixed in.
The shame of being fooled burned like lava.
In an instant, it swallowed the last bit of her sanity. He suddenly pushed open the door.
Warm, soft lights flowed out from the room.
It stands in stark contrast to the dim corridor.
I was half leaning against the headboard.
Wearing headphones, his fingers were still swiping rapidly across the screen.
Clearly startled by the sudden loud noise.
Suddenly raised his head. It still lingered on my face. The relaxed smile, just now, when interacting with a gaming friend. Zhou Yaji stood there, her cheeks flushed an abnormal red. In my eyes was a crimson and despair I had never seen before. His usual cool and dignified demeanor was completely gone, like a trapped beast completely stung. She stared at me. His lips trembled for a long time. He squeezed out a tearful question. Zhou, you're lying to me. You haven't lost your memory at all. I was confused, and sat upright with his
Body straight.
What am I lying to you? I've never lied to you. Didn't lie to me. Zhou Yaji walked closer to me step by step. High heels on the floor. Every step is like stepping on the tip of a knife. Then who is the good treasure you just called? Lu Yinyan was right. You've been pretending. Pretending to have amnesia and pretending to be obedient. Pretending to rely only on me. Behind the scenes, he was still entangled with her. Only then did I react.
He raised his phone, half amused and half crying.
You say this. This is my game teammate. A boy. I just got a pentakill. Celebrate by calling him Haobao.
What do you make up for in your brain?
Zhou Yaji's steps suddenly stopped. Most of the alcohol had sobered up.
The anger in his eyes
gradually stiffened,
turning into a crocodile of mistakes.
She stared at the game screen on my phone.
He looked at my innocent face.
The redness on her cheeks instantly faded.
Becoming pale. Zhou Yaji, I know what you're afraid of. You're afraid I'll think of Lu Yanyan.
The one who used to be willing to die for Lu Yanyan.
Not me. I only remember that we were mortal enemies who had fought since childhood. She turned her face away.
Shoulders trembled slightly.
He refused to look at me.
But he didn't argue anymore.
I got out of bed and walked over to her. I remember I sprained my foot at the first run of the sports meet. You helped me to the school hospital. He cursed me all the way, but I didn't dare to use my arm hard. I remember you used to be tough on the outside but soft on the inside. I need pocket money. You say it's unwilling. He turned around and shoved the money into my hand.
I remember you said it.
No man in the world would like me. That's angry words. I know. I've seen it clearly over the past half month.
You locked me with a gold chain on your lips. Afraid I'll run. Afraid I'll get hurt. But you gave me the best life. For me, I gave up an important bit.
Even though they knew I might be pretending.
And every time, they all rushed toward me. Zhou Yaji, you're not the villain.
You are the foolish person in this world who protects me the most.
She suddenly looked up. Tears fell onto the back
of my hand.
Scalding hot.
You really won't go looking for Lu Yanyan again. What am I looking for from her? One of them was hanging me up, using me to climb up the ladder by stepping on me and the Zhou family. And she wouldn't even give me a word of sincerity. I'm only going to touch it again when my brain is broken. The old one wasn't me.
Now I am myself.
I will only stay away from
trash people.
Host, you're amazing.
The misunderstanding was resolved. I ignored the system. He gently took Zhou Yaji's hand.
He brought her to sit by the bedside. Things that used to be.
I apologize to you on her behalf. You've suffered 6 years of grievances, keeping you awake every night.
So you clearly like me.
But they can only keep me by scoring a goal. It's him who is sorry for you. But I assure you,
from today,
Zhou would never let Zhou Yaji shed a single tear again. Zhou Yaji threw herself into my arms, holding my waist tightly. Bury your face in the hollow of my neck. The grievances suppressed for 6 years finally erupted. Crying like a child, I patted her on the back, gently.
His heart was full of heartache.
Zhou Yaji's so-called, others restricting freedom, never controlled. It's redemption. If she hadn't stayed by her side, never leaving his side.
That me, controlled by past settings. The three had long been caught in repeated emotional outbursts and despair. Don't chain me up anymore. I don't run. If you're afraid, I'll take you wherever I go.
Follow you to work.
I'll be with you after work.
Never leave for the rest of my life.
It's true. More real than real gold. And I still have to work hard. I'll help you manage the Zhou Corporation.
I used to hold you back.
From now on, I will be your strongest support. That night was our first time.
They didn't sleep at a distance of 1 meter.
I held her. She leaned against me. He slept soundly.
No tossing and turning.
No one wakes up in the middle of the night.
Early the next morning,
Zhou Yaji woke up feeling a bit embarrassed.
The ears are red.
I teased her on purpose. Mr. Zhou, who was crying yesterday? She glared at me, but the usual coldness was gone.
With a hint of coquettishness. No mention allowed. After getting up, I immediately asked the bodyguard.
He took away all the gold chains from the house. From now on, I'll tie you with my true heart.
More than anything else, the days that followed,
I fully immersed myself in real-world work. From the very beginning, I couldn't even understand the reports. Later, she gradually learned business knowledge from Zhou Yaji.
handled corporate affairs.
I improved rapidly.
Zhou Yaji was extremely patient when teaching me. I was especially attentive.
He just wanted to help share her burden. So she no longer has to bear everything alone. And the willows are graceful and graceful. In the end, they paid the price for their greed and selfishness.
Government bidding projects failed. Not only did she fail to secure the Liu family's investment,
Also owed a huge debt.
Liu Corporation shares were mortgaged, his father and various relatives, seeing him completely lose power. It directly stripped him of all rights within the company, supporting other children to rise to power. Liu Yingyan was betrayed by everyone and abandoned by her family.
The former glory vanished without a trace. In the end, he had no choice but to leave Haisher in embarrassment. No longer able to stir up trouble. When I heard the news, he just smiled faintly. Good and evil will eventually be rewarded.
His fate was something he walked through step by step himself.
I can't blame others.
When Gu Anren came to the Zhou residence again, she saw me sitting side by side with Zhou Yaji on the sofa. I peeled an orange for her. She leaned on my shoulder and read the documents. He looked like he was living peacefully through the years. He was so shocked, he almost spat out the tea in his mouth. Oh my God, Chen Zhou, you've truly changed. Before, you only had eyes for Liu Yinyan.
Right now, all her eyes are on our Yaji. Not bad. Finally, I broke the road. Ha 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 ha. Zhou Yaji gently nudged Gu Enren.
But there was a smile at the corner of his mouth.
Don't talk nonsense.
I used to be blind. Now I see clearly.
Who is truly someone worth cherishing? The first stage of the host's mission has been successfully completed. Meet health indicators.
The second phase mission is to protect Zhou Yaji.
Opened reward blind boxes have been distributed. Activate the wings and hearts buff.
From now on, you two will be in sync. There will never be any more misunderstandings. Haha.
The days passed. My weight gradually returned to a normal standard.
He was no longer the skinny and frail figure he used to be.
He was full of energy. Be in spirits. My relationship with Zhou Yaji grew deeper and deeper. A childhood rival. They became indispensable lovers in each other's lives.
Under our joint management, the Zhou family, the development is getting better and better. The territory continues to expand. It has become the leading enterprise in Haisher.
She once questioned Zhou Yaji's shareholders. Now he praises me endlessly.
One weekend,
I brought Zhou Yaji along. Back to our former university campus.
walking along the familiar school path, watching the students come and go, it felt like I was back at 20.
I stopped. He watched Zhou Yaji kneel on one knee with a serious expression.
He took a diamond ring out of his pocket.
I bought it with the first money I earned. When Zhou Yaji was 20 years old, I sprained my ankle. You helped me walk this stretch of road. At the age of 26, I want to hold your hand. Walk through a lifetime. Her previous marriage was just out of spite. It was redemption or accident. Now I want to marry you. It's because I love you.
Will you marry me? Zhou Yaji's eyes grew moist. Nod vigorously. The voice was stiff.
I do. I put the diamond ring on her ring finger. He got up and hugged her.
There will be no more mortal enemies after that.
Just me and my wife. Never leave or give up for a lifetime.
Grow old together. Host's final mission completed. The grand prize for growing old together has been activated. Wishing you and him lifelong happiness. Safe and smooth.
Grow old together.
I held the person in my arms.
My heart was filled with satisfaction. I once thought I was trapped in a novel and felt guilty. Fate had long been decided. Could only lead to tragedy.
But now I know, as long as you stay true to yourself, cherish your true heart, and you can break free from
All constraints.
live the way you already want to be. Zhou Yaji spent 6 years of obsession and protection, waiting for the real me to return.
I used the tenderness and companionship of the rest of my life.
Repay all her grievances and waiting.
I can marry you in this life.
It is my greatest fortune.